you beautiful people. Today's video is about how to awaken your spiritual gifts. You guys probably have watched my videos in the past. You know I am all about healing emotional wounds. There's a very big reason for that, and I'm going to explain it in this video. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button and the bell to receive new videos when I release them. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Today, we're gonna dive into a really fun subject. I always say in my work that I've been kind of undercover spiritual for a while. I'm not undercover spiritual. I'm undercover, I guess you'd say woo-woo. I don't like the term woo-woo. I don't like what people think it means. I don't really like stuff behind it, but I like my version of it. So I'll share mine with you and see if you like it. So in my monthly membership, and it's funny because a couple clients this week before the membership call on Friday were actually talking to me about wanting the group to be more about spiritual gifts and stuff. And I said, well, they're getting there. It's going to get there because the more emotional wound healing you do, the more you wake up to your spiritual gifts that you have repressed because of society, wounding, all the shit, right? So it's funny because today in our Truth Room Tribe, the subject of orbs and spirits and things like this came up, and I was in complete shock because I always say to you guys, there is this collective consciousness that follows my groups. It is so interesting because everyone is always at a similar position at the same time in a different way. And so I was kind of excited about it because then I got to share my own experiences with it. But one of the things I want to say is when you do a lot of the wound healing, you're basically healing the blocks to your spiritual gifts. If you're highly sensitive, you're an empath, you're a highly sensitive kid, you know who you are. You had spiritual special gifts. When I was a kid, I used to talk to angels. I used to see ghosts in the doorway, around frames. I would always see this stuff and I would predict things all the time. And no one else around me was doing that. And in fact, a lot of times when I would talk to my angel friends, people would think there's something wrong with me or I was weird. So of course I buried that a little bit. And then in high school, I had really cool girlfriends that would always come to me to ask me about spiritual stuff. So I got to kind of reconnect with that. And as I was reconnecting with my spiritual side in high school, I had an awakening. And I've shared that in many videos. And I never let that go. And I continued to really nurture that spiritual side of myself. I would, you know, I've said it before, but I would carry chakra wands around with me and crystals in my pocket, you know, indigo children, crystal children. This is what we do. We know that our essence is nature and we want it around us at all times, and it grounds us in this earth because we are up there, attention dialed to a higher dimension so often. So if you're starting to do this inner work and you're doing inner child work with me or with anyone, or you're doing some wound healing, please get ready for your gifts to appear. And it might be a POW. You know, one of my clients today was talking about a POW situation where she has been amazingly like shifting things the last few months. Every time I see her, I'm like wowed by her progress. And it's really just cool to see people light up and happy and be in themselves and own parts of themselves and be their authentic self and feel that solidified, this is me feeling. And she's been doing that. And she's gotten rid of toxic relationships and everything. And now she got a little visit. Now, one thing I also want to mention is when you start to become more light, more of who you truly are, owning the parts of your shadow, really starting to elevate and be, let's say, living as if you remember how whole you are. When this starts happening, two things occur. Number one, of course, angels and things, and I love spirit guides. They can come. Now, spirit guides like for you to invite them. So they can't really do anything unless you invite them in, but they're around. So that's one thing. But the other thing we need to talk about is the dark side. Think about this. Think about how bugs are drawn to the light. This is kind of you. When you start to become more light, you have to really practice your boundaries because negative type people, needy people, toxic people, and also energies are attracted to your light. So one of the things I do when this happens, and by the way, people come to me, they think they're crazy because they're like, oh my God, I heard this thing, I saw this thing, am I going crazy? I'm like, no, you're in your light. This is what's going to happen. So one of the things I do is I have massive candles all over my house. I light candles and I tell them to go to that light, not this one. Go to the light. You are not welcome here. In fact, I'm really good at feeling it so I can start to clear it. If you do, that's cool. If you need help, one of the other things I was sharing with the group today was Palo Santo and sage. I've got it going all day long during my sessions. I also do this thing that really, I do it probably so often I don't even realize it, but I go like this. It's to clear your third eye. It's basically clearing the film, clearing the karma. If anything happens that you don't like, just clear it, right? So these are some really simple tips to clear this energy. But also, I don't want you to be afraid if this happens, because like we have with people, we have the choice to say, no, don't attach to me. Now, with people, it's difficult because so many of us who are highly sensitive and who have these kind of spiritual gifts are afraid of being alone. But as I was explaining today in the group as well, don't attach to things that aren't good for you, because they're not going to be good for you, so you're going to be alone anyway. You're going to be with people, but you're still going to be alone in a way. So don't attach to things and people that are bad for you. But what you can do is attach to things that really facilitate the essence of who you are. I used to walk in nature for 2 hours every single day when I was going through the beginning of my healing. I would do anything and everything possible that was natural. I would have animals around me at all times. I'd go see babies as much as I could. Anything that's unconditional and pure love, it's going to remind you of who you truly are. Stack that into your day. Stack that into your daily practice, so that you actually start to not feel alone when you're facilitating this essence that's in you to grow. You start to realize how comfortable you are by yourself, by the ocean, by yourself in the mountains, by yourself. After I started doing this for a few years, I started craving being by myself. I was like, oh shit, I better not be a hermit. Didn't happen because I'm a very social creature. But I would crave those times, even today. Today, I had the best morning. I sat in my bed for an hour and 45 minutes, and I was just with my thoughts. I did some writing. I did some creating. Love it. Had the best day after that, the best call with my membership tribe. I had the best morning. I like doing that before the day and at the end of the day so that I feel complete. Another thing I want to share with you guys as you wake up to more of your spiritual gifts is bedtime intentions. A lot of lucid dreaming starts to happen where you are aware of the dream in the dream, and you can kind of direct the dream, and you can actually say things in the dream. It gets crazy. I've always been like that, so I kind of forgot what it's like to not be able to do that, which is kind of interesting, I guess. That's what someone told me today. But you can set a bedtime intention that you want to connect with your subconscious mind and you want to get clarity on this subject. You can do it. And if you're a lucid dreamer, you can meet that subject in the dream and start to navigate it. It's the coolest thing I've ever done. It's really an inner guidance, co-creation type thing going on. And then your subconscious mind starts to get clear, and you'll notice because patterns shift and triggers shift and things start to move. Now, there was one other thing I wanted to share with you guys. Let me see if I can remember it. This is so organic. I guess I'll have to put it in my next video. It's not coming through, maybe for a reason. So let's start there. So those are a few tips of why our spiritual gifts start to reawaken when we do the emotional healing work. What to do if certain things pop up that you need boundaries around and you say no to. When you become more of the light, you will attract some dark, but that's why you need super big boundaries. You'll also attract more light because you are more light. So you just have to be more discerning with things and energies and really paying attention to how you feel around people and things. They may look amazing, but there's something inside that's just off. You know what I mean? So that is really important, to have that emotional intimacy with yourself where you're like, you know what? I'm going to honor my own soul over what I think this person is over what I feel they are. It's very, very important with toxic relationships. So to heal your emotional wounds, check out my emotional rehab course, which will be launching soon. You can get on the wait list, or by now maybe it's open. I don't know when this video is going to come out. Also, shadow work will be coming out later this year, hopefully, if time allows. And if you want to check out my Truth Room Tribe and join us one of these Friday mornings, that link will also be below. So please share this video with at least one person you think might benefit from this message. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I love you guys. Go see me on Instagram. Send me a DM if you have questions, and I always get back to you. Just give me a little time. I love you guys, and have a great week.